Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to this very first. I don't remember how I I called that. I think it was like as I put CFS because CFS is the safe space that I have now. But I'm willing to transition to something like with no pressure because CFS is around, of course, which is the one getting a result that I definitely want to have. But I sometimes need no pressure. And I was actually thinking how when you guys arrive, I will tell you that for me, the first rule is this is a non pressure space. The reason why I called out and I was like, my heart is heavy. This journey is very lonely. I'm tired. I need like just woman uh, sisters to just who just feels the need to just heal together sometimes or just whatevering being together with no pressure, nor to perform or not to perform or to perform, no pressure. Just a space where for 1 hour a week we can just be ourselves, whether it is the entrepreneur in us, whether it's the woman in us, whether it is the woman, whether it is the I have a womb that I don't want it, whether it is the I'm tired and I just want to fill the space and not speak, whether it is, oh my God, I've got a win and I want to tell you all about it, whether it is, oh my God, everything went to shit and I need to tell you about it, whatever it is. It can be whatever as long as we stay in the energy of the womb, which is an energy of life, an energy of truth, an energy of kindness, even if it can be like there can be anger, but even if some of us can be warriors, this is definitely not the space to have debate, not the space to agree or disagree. It's a space where I am me, you are you. And the idea is that together we are going to figure out how I can be me, you can be you, and we can have a fair amount of space share so that at the end of the hour together or whatever, everybody felt like they were part of the womb height circle or whatever we're going to call that. And we are part of something bigger than ourselves that we don't have to win or lose or whatever. We're just part of it for 1 hour. We're just in the present. So no pressure. And I'm actually saying that for myself because I was just putting pressure on myself and I was like, I have invited people. I need to prepare. I need to do. And I was like, you created this because you don't want to be in an I need state of mind. Like, I remember one of my posts when I was like, honestym.com is need based and not needy based. Having a need and being needy are two different things. I definitely have a need for a lot of money. I have a need for a lot of friends. I have a need for a lot of shit. I really do. But I am not needy. It means I have the need. I say it. I can even wake up every morning and be like, hey, is the morning there yet? Are the friends there yet? But I'm not needy in terms of if they're not, I'm going to be like, okay, see you tomorrow. This is difference between need and needy. Need is like, I don't have it, and I don't have it, and whining and turning around circle, not being able to just be in the present and be like, I don't have it now. And I feel like it's urgent. So, hey, what can I or we do to make it happen as soon as possible? This is being having a need and not being needy. Being needy is going around in circle just because you want to suffer. So as the whatever. You know what? I'm not even analyzing needy people anymore because I really cut. Today is a very special day for me. When we get started, I'm excited to share about that. But there is a before and an after. And to be honest, the kind of needy energy, I will personally have the courage to be like, you're too much. And that's the kind of space I want. I want a space where we can say to a sister when she's too much. We can say to a sister when she's not enough. We can just say whatever. If you don't know me, my name is Bekwadi BITO Adriana-Sophie. You have my name written somewhere because, I mean, it's his Zoom. So you can see the Bekwadi BITO, which is the art part, I guess, to write. I love people when they call me Bekwadi. So if you don't call me Bekwadi, I'm going to not love you. That's a very good way. I've never presented myself like that. But I think I'm going to say that now. I love people that call me Bekwadi. Then you choose where you are and you will know it. So I love people that call me Bekwadi. I actually do. They're my favorite. Um, I'm a continuous improvement engineer, Paris born, Cameroonian descent, definitely Afro world citizen. I'm going to confuse your mind because I can speak whatever language I need to speak to connect with whoever I want to connect with. In terms of the languages of this world that you know, I speak French, Duala, which is from Cameroon. My name comes from there. Bito means women. Bekwadi is my actually, it's Bekwadi is problem solving, which is definitely what engineering is. I speak Spanish too, for the fluent ones. You'll be surprised to hear me telling you stuff in Turkish, Indonesian, Fon, which is another African language, and any basic language that everybody knows. I would pretty much be able to say to you, thank you, hello, and did I say thank you already? Yeah, I'm very grateful now, which explains why my vibe is way better. So I'm an engineer, industrial engineer. Industrialization is about how I take one thing and I make it Coca-Cola, McDonald's, whatever it is that you use and that everybody knows because some bitches actually turn that one thing or one country habit into everybody's habit. So that's what my job is about. The best ones at these are the Japanese. That's why we call that Kaizen, because that's the way they call it. And let's be honest, they're the best. Kaizen as Zen, and we all know what Zen is about. So after I realized when I graduated, actually, which was 10 years ago, that it's funny because all I know in Kaizen is Zen. And when I do my job and when I see other people with me in my job, nobody is Zen. So I was like, you know what, bitches, I'm going to get the fuck out of your industries and I'm going to do engineering for peace. That's how I started on STM.com, social business for peace of mind and among ourselves in Australia, Melbourne in 2015 by writing, editing, printing, and selling my own book, the age book, the journal, like the journal, yeah, that's actually the journal, from personal reflection to collective reflection, where I actually apply the exact method and the exact way I started my own journey from honesty to peace, explaining how just being honest, free to be honest, hashtag FTBH life is the key to always go toward peace. As in, once you know what you want, just ask Uber or whatever, put it in the GPS, but it needs to be the precise address, and you're gonna get there and feel at peace and feel how you want peace. So I launched the book in 2016 in Melbourne. Best day. That was my wedding day for me. Best day ever. And then everything went too crazy, up downs, me being into CFS and other stuff. And now I'm back in France where I never wanted to be back. And I'm ready to this time like really live off my honesty and not like be on and complain and blah blah blah. I'm ready to be like the Daniel Leslie of actually honesty and peace. And for that, I'm realizing that I need my sisters around me because one of the big reasons I couldn't make it was because of my blood family. I'm sure we all know about that kind of link, that kind of bound. And now I'm like ready to, I've said goodbye to all of them. That's why I'm always alone in my house and stuff, which is very weird for me. But I'm not going to make it alone. I know that somehow we are family. I need all my sisters with me. Hey, hey, we are family. Uh, uh. Come on, everybody, and sing. So, because we are family, and I tried to make it about being Black women, I tried being about feminist women, I tried to make it being about men or whatever, and it would never work. And I was like, you know what? I'm looking for people that I can connect heart to heart, that have womb and understand how the womb can impact the truth and how the truth is actually in the womb, whether they like it or not. Because I'm tired of mansplaining on men's energy, and I think the planet had enough of that too. And that's pretty much it. And it started with CFS because CFS is the only community that I found that was the best community I could find with a good balance between ambition to actually reach a goal for real and not pretend to, and also kindness and femininity and intersectionality and multiculturalism and safe spaceness and thing while still being ambitious and not just be there to be like, oh, let's whine with one another and never get results, so that's why I usually feel safer to say my stuff first there. But then I'm like, okay, I am not, that's important for me to say that I am not part of the CFS team. I've tried to do things before and people thought that I was part of the team. So they started to complain about XYZ. And I was like, I am not paid or like, I am not a CFS coach. Like I'm an entrepreneur like you. I'm actually not even making the money you're making, and I don't have the husband in the house. I'm actually living in the street, doing the work, and you're actually not happy because I'm not doing your life when it's none of my business. So I am not a CFS official. I'm just a very active member of the community. And I believe or I dream that I'm somebody Daniel respects because even with a mentor before, I'm the kind of member who definitely gets shit done and who does say it when it's shitty, even to the boss of the community or whatever. I was in the community of Daniel's mentor a few years back. He interviewed me. He was impressed. And I was like, hey, yo, white dude, are you ready to realize that you need to stop being the white dude? Okay, I didn't say this word. He didn't like it. That's who I am. I'm just ready to get that shit done, no matter how it needs to be done. So, okay. So the official time is now. So I'm just going to make sure that the people who said they wanted to show up are not sending messages because they are a hard time joining. I know that I'm not that great with Zoom, and sometimes I don't master it that well. And I know that also with the time differences and stuff. Non, mais elle se fout de ma gueule, elle. Atma, if you get this recording, you're way all over the place. I've tagged you everywhere with the link. You need to better your organization, sister. You really need to have a better organization. I'll be honest with you, I don't like disorganized people. I mean, I work with disorganized people because I like disorganized people who are ready to get organized. But I definitely don't like people who are disorganized and find excuses to explain that it's not their fault. Oh, yeah? I really don't like excuses. I've been trying to not say it for a long time because I was trying to be swell. I really hate excuses. Like, I really do. Excuses are worse than hypocrisy. Actually, they are hypocrisy. That's probably why I hate them. Girl, just say I'm confused and all over the place, and I should have given you my email, which I didn't do, or whatever, or I don't have a calendar. So don't tell me where is the link when I send it to you everywhere. So I'm gonna be a bitch, by the way. So if you can't take a bitch, you won't like this because this is not about sucking each other's faces and not being honest. I'm definitely not being me. Dishonesty will never make me feel safe. Never, never, ever, ever. Okay, let me try and focus and find the link for Mama Atma. I think she has a certain age too. My uncle just died a few days ago, and I have to admit that me realizing that he has a certain age also helped me be more patient with him because I'm really losing my patience with old people who can use Facebook for everything but the right thing. And I'm like, your intentions are not aligned. So, Mama Atma, if you see that, you might not like it, but I hope as being in that group will help you with that kind of stuff. I know what it is to be all over the place. And at the end, we use that as an excuse to never do exactly what we said we're going to do. And then say it's because I was doing all this other stuff. But all this other stuff is not what you said you would do. And seriously, that's really the kind of heart to heart support I'm talking about. I'm not talking about shit about like being like, oh, poor you forever. Definitely not. I cannot deal with this energy. And to be honest, I will not tolerate this energy ever because that's the energy that is killing people. Us, my people, we don't have the privilege to be able to just whine for hours because we need to eat every single day. So if we don't get the right shit done to eat at the end of the day, after more than 40 days, we die. And we don't have, like, we've done that before. Everybody knows Jesus Christ and shit. So you don't want to do that every day. So stop whining. I just kidding. Who's that? You guys, I'm not disorganized. So she saw the Zoom. So now she has the Zoom, and I think the timing. Wait, she is asking me for the Zoom on the on the post where the link actually is. Yeah, that must be an ability to actually use Facebook, I think. Because now I'm realizing that the link is in how we call that description of the post. Very first on yeah. So that's done. So yeah. To be honest, for this first one, I don't mind being alone because I've started something like this with French speaking chick as well. And we spoke 2 times. We spoke last week and yesterday and last Saturday, and it was awful for me, to be honest, because I am still working at um, attracting to me people that are at an equivalent level of mine, which I'm really having a hard time to. And most of the time, because I fail doing this, I end up being the leader of the thing, and it's not like a support for me because it makes me just work for free. And what I mean by free is not even that I don't have the money, is that most of the time there is not even consideration or uh, even simple gratitude. So that's really the biggest mistake I've made, and I really invite you to do that if you know what I mean. Hello, Trista Carrasco. I